What's up, everybody? Kalfka here, and the PTR is over, and we're ready to give some feedback, but also listen to what everyone else is saying about the PTR. So I thought it would be cool to actually go into the forums of Diablo 4, which I don't spend a lot of time here, and now I'm kind of regretting it, and I wish I was. So there's some really, really good stuff in here that people have been putting posts on. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. But I'm going to pick out a few things today. I will tell you, just off the new things, right? So we have a lot of big new things for the season, and some of the big things are the hell tide changes, right? So the hell tide changes feel really, really good. You're able to, farm with high density and collect a lot of loot in the hell tide, and you're also able to get your cinders much faster now. Also in the hell tides, you're able to get drops for bosses, which make it fantastic. So you could actually get living steel to just drop, you could get malignant hearts to just drop, you could get all kinds of mats for bosses to drop in the hell tide. I would like to see it increase a little bit more, so we could get a little bit more for farming the hell tides, some boss mats. But overall, the hell tides have been a great experience, and I'm really happy about that change. Also, the pits. The pits is actually a really cool end game feature. It's how we get loot for our master crafting, right? And the pits could scale a little bit better. I did notice that I was still getting some not 925 gear in the pit, so hopefully they fixed that. I'm sure they got some feedback around there. And then to tie that in, the new master crafting is actually really good. There are some things that I think that could change or be a little bit better on there, in terms of how many times we fail. I almost rather see increased actual mats than failing all the time during master crafting. So we'll see. Hopefully they make the fail rate not as bad. Tempering system, I think the tempering system is very, very good. I would like them to see them to continue to add manuals to that for new skills. Basically, they don't need to add a ton of new things with the skill trees, tweak some things here and there, but they could add more tempering manuals to really change the game. And I think that would be something that they could continue to grow on with that system. So it needs to be a little bit more balanced, because classes like Barbarian and Rogue use more weapons, so you're going to have way more opportunities to temper on those pieces of gear. So that part we need to figure out, and maybe we give all the other classes an extra tempering slot on a weapon or something like that. So hopefully we could actually make those changes, and something to make it a little bit more balanced, because right now Barb is going to be like absolutely the strongest class. We talked about in a previous video, it is going to be tough to get veiled crystals if we or have enough veiled crystals if we don't change that. So hopefully they increase the veiled crystals. But overall, really good experience playing the PTR. I didn't get to play as much. I did play Sork. So Sork, I played 3 different builds. So we played the Frozen Orb, and we played Lightning, Chain Lightning. We played Incinerate, and then we played Ball Lightning. And out of the 4, I will say that Frozen Orb was dominant compared to the other builds. So Chain Lightning seems like it might be something good to level up with. But out of those 4 builds, Frozen Orb was way higher up. I wish I would have played some Fireball. Didn't get a chance to play some Fireball. Hopefully we see some buffs to the other builds, because if not, then we're only going to be playing Frozen Orb as Sorks for the season to clear that, like, the highest content or the end game content in the game. So let's listen to what everyone else said. We're gonna click on a few posts here. I like this post right here. Here's my feedback after many hours on a Sork. So Hell tides make the chest opening faster. That's actually a really good piece of feedback. The worms coming out of the ground are sometimes invisible walls that can't be passed. So great feedback there. For tempering, you only get 5 attempts, which is really bad on manuals with 5 or 6 affixes. Yes, I agree. I would almost rather see them make more manuals and split them up, because to have a less than 20% chance to get the affix you want with only 5 tempers, that makes it very, very hard. So I love this post. 3 affixes on tempering manuals. That is actually really something I really think would be a good change. Elemental Surge was bugged. The damage didn't go up when you masterworked it, so hopefully they see that and get that feedback. Amount of CC we could get it from tempering is insane. Stagger bosses take like 2 seconds on my sword. Should not be a thing. So I had the full screen Frost Novas, man. It was actually crazy. You know, if you do Frost Nova size on every piece, you can make every time you cast a Frost Nova cover the whole screen, which is pretty cool. So this is a good post about the pit. After I finished the pit, I needed to teleport back to base, select manually which level I wanted to play, even if it's the same level. Also with the pit, I had to sometimes open up the pit twice for it to work. So hopefully they got that feedback. I sent that up. All this stuff I talked about, I sent up as well. We had a list of things and we sent it all to Blizzard. So hopefully they are taking that stuff into consideration, which I think they will, because a lot of this PTR was based on player ideas, and then the devs executed them. So that was really cool. I think that is also important. Make the pit scale to infinite. We had people that already basically got to level 200. I mean, you're not going to get there that fast. I don't think they're going to get there that fast. Maybe they will. We'll see. With the season launching, we might even have some more seasonal other seasonal powers that are going to be pretty good, so we'll see about that. The new factory anima is too strong. The lucky hit effect of your conjugation can cast a frozen orb to be reduced to 50%. So this might be something I'm not 100% agree with. So are we looking, the question I have for the devs, are we looking to have Diablo 4 have one build every season for classes and make them the best build for those classes? That's kind of what we have to figure out. Is that what we want to do, or do we want to have 3 to 4 mediocre builds that get you through everything, but you know it's going to be a little bit tougher? So I feel like they're going on the road of, all right, let's get one powerful build that hasn't been powerful, and let's make that the powerful build for the season for that class. So that's kind of what we're seeing here. Increase burning damage for meteor. Yes, I agree. Give fireball burning damage. Yes, you're starting on fire. I'm throwing fireballs out. You should be starting on fire, or just add us in another enchantment slot. If you're going to give all these extra weapons to barbs, rogues, whatever it looks like, and then we should get the extra enchantment spot on the rogue. I think that would be a very big win. And then I love this, making make the ultimates have an enchantment too. Make something out of that, because we don't even really use ultimates besides unstable currents. So hopefully that changes. So that was a really good post. Nice job, Delara. That was a great post. All right, let's see this one. So scattered prisms, veiled crystals, and tempering. I think the scattered prisms, man, those were tough to come by. You had to do the world bosses to get the scattered prisms. So that's to put sockets on your gear. So hopefully they have a fix for that. That was not fun farming for that. I feel like we got them much easier on the different seasons. All right, so freely swap between gear upgrades. Yes, I think that's important. I don't think that's going to be coming in season 4, but hopefully in a future update, we need to able to freely swap gear upgrades. That's very important. Yeah, so the lack of scattered prisms and veiled crystal limits our ability to freely swap between gear upgrades, enchant items, play around with different affixes or multiple builds, engage with tempering by limiting how freely we swap gear. Yeah, so like the idea is, to have all these different options for builds so we could easily switch between them. I would think that would be something that would keep it exciting, right? So on a final note, tempering significantly, I'd like to keep the ability current tempering affix to reroll similar to the enchanting system. Say I wanted % damage on the weapon, but I had damage to close enemies. I rerolled it to damage to distant. I'd like to reroll to damage to close to enemies and burn a reroll. Okay, that's an interesting note on that. That's a good post right there too. All right, so let's see what this tempering manuals. Might want to up the drop rate on the manuals. Okay, so I found out that doing nightmare dungeons was the fastest way to get manuals for me. I don't know if anyone else found that out. Comment down below if you figured out how to get those dang manuals. We got to figure out how to get them. I heard that we might able to get them in Helltides, but I did not see one tempering manual drop in the Helltide. So hopefully they make that change as well. So what else? What else is people saying? This is a long feedback. Okay, that one's going to be too long. Sorry, read that one, though. It's probably good. Okay, here's how to fix the perma sorc immune. So you could use Flame Shield with some of the tempering manuals and get 100% uptime on Flame Shield. So right now you could easily get immune by keeping up Flame Shield 100% of the time with the sorc. It's a big issue. The main problem is Aspic Hectic, which reduces the set amount of cooldown through auto attacks. Fix Hectic should not reduce cooldown for Flame Shield while Flame Shield is active. This is the most important thing to nerf ASAP. Yeah, that's not good for PvP. You know, if you have that for PvP, it's GG for anyone. You're never going to die. So I think that should be fixed too. All right, tempering manuals. I love the idea of finding temporary manual. My favorite experience Diablo 1 is finding the bookcase that dropped a new scroll. In Diablo 4, I'd love to see the return of the bookcases, the deaths at low chance to drop temporary manuals. I hope that more scrolls can be added to this game. I think this is the key. I think this is the idea, you know, not just to have this set and that's it. I think that this should have been something that happened at launch where we had these manuals and then we started using them. And they started to make more of these manuals. So hopefully we'll continue to see different manuals made from the devs. And I think we will definitely. So also what I hear is, what I've seen is leveling is very, very fast in the Helltides. So that's cool. You could do Helltides in tier 1 and tier 2. I unfortunately didn't have the time to actually do a leveling grind, but we will be obviously leveling in season 4 when it comes out, and I think Helltide's is going to be the best spot to actually level up your character. 1 week wasn't long enough. I know. I wish I could play right now. I'm streaming tonight and I can't even play the PTR. Ice blades are lame. Let's see what this says. Ice blades are the most boring skill in the source kit. The purpose uses utility. Yeah, ice blades. They should have a chance to like freeze the enemy or something like that. They should enhance the ice blades for sure. So hopefully that gets some work done. So suggestion on codex. I love the idea of leveling up, reapplying legendary affix. That's a spot on perfect. But starting it with all level 1 affixes, which could feel a little bit overwhelming for the first time players. I fear this gives a bit of an overpower advantage to leveling. I would be more. I don't think you're going to start with these affixes. You're going to have to unlock them. So this was just for the PTR. So I don't know if anyone commented that. Nope, this was just for the PTR. So you're not going to start with all the affixes at level 1. So yeah, that would definitely be a little bit overwhelming for someone that's never played the game before. So you're definitely not going to start with that. Masterworking failure. Remove the failure chance on the upper level master and put it to 50%. It's just trash and actual game killer. I don't mind the as much. I don't mind that it takes a while to level them up, but the mats are actually very ridiculous. So my thought is, so no one's talking about greater effects. So we're gonna talk about greater effects, and the greater effects is like absolutely cool end game content. Greater effects is end game content. So you have the opportunity to get 3 or 4 greater effects on that piece of gear. The problem is, it's very rare, and it's going to be very rare. So once you get that item, that was already rare. That was crazy rare. I got a unique with 4 greater effects on it. And then, you know, to mastercraft that, it shouldn't take so long to do. So it already took you so long to grind till you got that 4. Or if you get 3 and then you have a temperate. Oh, we just thought of a great idea. This is a fix. I'm going to report this to them. So items with greater affix get extra more than 5. So they'll get an extra 3. So tempering chances. So we'll put an extra 3 on 1, an extra 6, and an extra 9s. So you get extra for having the greater affix drop. That would be a much better change, because those are the items that were really going to be sought after when we all get level 100, is items with greater affix on it. So that would be a good change for tempering. We're going to have to send that feedback up. That would be an awesome change. So damage is too high. I agree. Some of the classes are doing way too much damage. I read that post earlier on my phone when I was checking this out. Let's see greater effects. So make greater effects easily spottable. Yes, that is a huge thing we could do. Greater effects easily spottable in your inventory, not just on the screen. And the sound it makes when it drops is not, you can't really understand it. You know, it's not that great. So let's make them easier to understand that you got one, that it dropped, and then easily shown in your inventory. I think that would be a huge win, and let's change that. While tempering, it is so hard to hit the right affix. You want a perfect reroll. So many good items with greater effects, which are rare enough. The rarity is not the problem, but the fact that you can't restart the tempering. So it's almost 5 rerolls. So that's what I was saying. So let's add extra chances for tempering on items with greater effects. So you get, 3. Okay, maybe we just make it like, you make it a even number. So it's already 5, 10, and 15. I think that would be a big change. And very helpful, or an extra 3 every time. So we're gonna send that feedback up for greater fixes. Balance the monster damage. I will say I had max resist. I had 20k armor, which is way over max, and I had like 25k life, and I would still get one shot in like a level 100 pit. So I think that we should take a look at maybe damage reduction, or maybe armor, and see if we could decrease the damage a bit. I mean, it's almost like if you hit the mob first, right? Kind of, you might as well run around without resist. Whoever hits first wins. Yeah, so you might not even need resist, because it might not make sense to even have any, because the first time you get hit, you die anyways. So I don't know if that's the design they're looking for, is to get one shot in these higher dungeons, but I feel like that could be changed a little bit too. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of cool things on here. Check out the forums. A lot of people are sending the feedback up. Hopefully, I heard that we might get a survey in our email too, so I'll be hitting that up. But a lot of good things happening though with Diablo 4. I'm excited for the launch. Now we have more than a month away, just over a month away. So hopefully we could entertain ourselves throughout that. And any suggestions of something you guys want me to try out, let me know. I'm down to try something out for a change of pace. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.